Okay. Hello, hello. I am Bridget Rowe. I am energy. I am powerful, and I am who I say I am. And I have on the line, darling Nikki.
Hello, beautiful folks.
What are we talking about today, Nikki?
Okay, today our discussion question comes from Frederick Dwayne, and he wants to know about overlapping realities, where ours end and where another's begin. So, can you share with us some wisdom on that?
Oh yeah, Frederick is from the I Am That I Am Facebook group, and yeah, definitely. I I saw this question and it's something how the universe just deliver. When you ask yourself a question, it's like your mind just seeks the answer to bring it to your physical reality because God never asks itself a question that it does not know the answer to, and ye are gods. So it's funny because I was just really thinking about this. Well, not really thinking about the question, but just experiencing this the other day. And became clear as day. And I was like, wait a minute. We got to go back to this particular question that Frederick asked. So I was thinking, like, okay, say for example, we're sitting right here and we decide that that me and Nikki are gonna do a video. Me and Nikki gonna do a video, and then I say, well, no, Nikki, I might not do a video today because I don't feel like it. Just that thought of me saying no, me simulating that thought of saying no, I might not do this video today, kind of prompts myself to have that experience. So being that we are multidimensional beings and everything stimulates through thought, when we think of something that has another alternative to it, we really experience both of them. So I, in the physical right here, could be experiencing myself doing the video,
Right.
but I also will have the experience of me not doing the video because I was tired, and so I might go lay down or whatever instead. But I would, because I had an alternative thought, I would at that very moment experience something called deja vu. I would say, wait, hold up. I've been here before. And that is
Right.
true. I've been here before because the multi-dimensional version of me was sitting here making a decision. And so all of me, all parts of me saw me making that decision, saw me at the desk, saw me with the notepad, saw me on by the cell phone. And so we'll call that we'll call that in this physical reality deja vu. And that is the multi-dimensional version of you, of us rather, where it stems from. And I'm getting this because remember I did a video when I was talking, I think I was talking on this video about the Kundalini energy. And I was saying in the video that I took a trip and I astral traveled, and then I was experiencing at the same time in this it's kind of hard to explain. Now, I hope I'm making sense to everybody because in this astral travel trip, I saw my multi-dimensional self. I saw me being born here. I saw me dying here. I saw me saying no to something here, saying yes to it here. I saw me being rich here, and I saw me being poor here. I saw both views of me. I saw all of me, the multi-dimensional me, because we all in this physical reality are here to have these experiences in order to bring these experiences back to source. And anytime we think of something that has a split alternative, we still experience both of them. And it became so heartfelt to me because just last week, I spent the week seemingly doing nothing. And when Friday came, it was like, where have I been? Why did I do nothing? I wasted the week. I didn't realize it was Friday. What's going on?
Right.
And because of that, I was like, who was here? Because this Bridget, this more extroverted, conscious, knowing herself Bridget energy, wasn't occupying this physical body. It was more like that introverted old me Bridget was occupying this physical body because she won't do anything. She was just sitting down and let the whole darn week pass. So it makes me feel, it reminded me of the astral travel trip, and it makes me feel like, oh, that version of me wasn't here. Remember, like in the movie Us? In the movie Us, it was like they had two universes going. You know, they called them the doppelgangers or whatever, you know, the reflection of themselves. And the only thing that separated them was the fact that they you know, the lower version of the self was at the amusement park or whatever, and they had to walk down some stairs or whatever, and they was living like in the underworld, so to speak. And then the higher version, you know, I guess you would call like the third dimensional normal type version of themselves. They were living above the world in the house and, you know, and experience life in the third dimensional plane.
Yeah.
But they were both having an experience. And so at the end of the movie, it was like one person in the movie, they made it seem as though they had to die. But it's not that you have to kill your lower self or higher self. You just have to gain some peace with that person, you know? Right. Accept that person. Love that person too.
Exactly. Yeah.
Appreciate that person. And become one with that person, because that person is you. You're having different experiences because we're multidimensional. Am I making sense, Nikki?
So, question though. So, do you ever think that because we have that deja vu and we come back to this moment where we were before, could it be that we took the wrong? Because you know that you said that there was two routes to take, or you're in two dimensions. So, do you think that because we were brought back to that place, that it was a lesson to be learned that we should have chosen the other one?
No, because we never get it wrong though.
Gotcha.
We're here for the experience of it all. We're eternal beings experiencing all. We want to experience it all. And we experience it all through thought. So anytime we sit there and we in our head thinking thoughts, it's like, you know how they say like the rabbit hole runs deep? Well, we're creating a hole with that thought, and we're thinking about things. And as we're thinking about those things, we're creating it. So it becomes possible that we can go down that spiral, and then we think about something else, and then there's another spiral, and we're just looping spirals of thought. And that's what's creating our physical reality. But because we're making all these loops and spirals and thoughts, we have to go down that spiral one day. A part of us have to experience that, because this is what we're telling the universe that we want in our experience.
Okay.
So that's what I look at as if overlapping realities where I don't feel as though ours end and others begin. I feel as though it's almost like we're like shape shifting, like, you know, because just like in the movie Us, the family, like, okay, for example, you, Nikki, you'll notice it probably with me that my mood is different. When I'm more introverted, you'll notice that. Just like in that movie, the little girl, when she was switched with her, you know, reflection, she got a little depressed and she didn't want to dance or something anymore. And the family was trying to figure out what was wrong with her. But they saw her and still saw her in the physical as being the same. But her mood was just a little bit different.
Right.
So it's not that we're gonna die per se when we're experiencing different realities. It's just that we're embracing the other side of ourselves, and other people around us are seeing that other side, but they think we're the same. We're the same physical, with the same energy. I don't want to confuse anybody, but we're seemingly different because it's like lower self and higher self.
Yeah, okay, I get that.
You see? So that's what I feel as though the overlapping realities are all about. It's like our conscious mind, our subconscious mind having experiences. Having different experiences.
And depending on how we feel about
Exactly. And so and so we should embrace each thought regardless, because once we made the thought, we already opened up that loop to go down the thought. But the key to it is that we really should be in the present. We really should not, it's no right or wrong, but we find more peace in the present moment because that's the moment of receiving. That's the moment of the now, because everything is happening right now. If we can stay in the present moment, we're in the receiving mode for the universe to yield to us everything that we have looped out of our mind to create. And that becomes a challenge. That becomes...
What about feeling too? Does feeling play? Because you know how when manifestation, you have to feel. There has to be feelings attached to what you're manifesting, right? So do you feel like that's the same way with this situation, with experiencing?
Yeah, because that's simply why how you feel matters so much, because you really don't want to put your subconscious mind or into a realm where it's feeling bad all the time. Because go back to the movie Us again. The people that were in the underworld, they kind of felt slighted. They kind of felt bitter. That's kind of like why they came from underneath the ground and wanted to kill the higher selves or whatever. They felt like they was getting a short end of the stick because they were getting the not so good feelings.
Yeah.
You see? And nobody had made peace with them in that underworld, so to speak. They were getting the not so good feelings and experiencing that and eating rabbits and, genetically modified objects and stuff, and not even knowing how to speak their truth because they talked, the self-expression was cut off because they was talking in a different type, frequency. So they felt slighted. So yes, how you feel matters. That's why it's so important when you manifesting and you working on those feelings that is good vibrational feelings, so that can show up in your physical reality instead of bad things. And so you're not putting your lower self, so to speak, through any torment, and making your lower self, afraid or uncomfortable or whatever, turning your lower self into your monster that's growing because you're not giving it any good energy. You're only sending it bad energy and fear, and growing so big that the monster coming out the closet or coming from underneath the underworld to kill your ass, to destroy you.
So that's how you address the monster, talk to it and let you know it's there. And this is the reason why it's there. However, this is where I am now, and you would no longer exist, so to speak.
Well, it won't have the negative energy. It will still exist because you're still multidimensional. It just won't have the negative energy assigned to it anymore. It won't be the monster anymore. You will accept it as if it's you. And you'll understand you are multidimensional. But you could be multidimensional and have great experiences all across the board wherever you are. Instead of being multidimensional and one part of you is only having the good feelings and the other part of you is having the bad feelings all the time.
Right.
So, because that becomes unfair to your lower self. Just like the little girl in me, for example. I'll use myself here. The little girl in me, if I had never healed the little girl in me and told her, it's okay, you did the best that you can when you didn't have your father. We know that you wanted to speak your truth and you just didn't know how. We know that you kept those feelings in back then, but it's okay. We've resolved those issues now. And it's okay for you to heal now. And we're speaking now. You did the best that you can. Look at how you grew to be a strong woman. Look at you now speaking your truth to the world. It feels so good that you could speak your truth now. And so you give that lower self that encouragement, and it heals that lower self. And after you've encouraged it and you told it that you're grateful for it, now you don't give that lower self those nasty feelings anymore about daddy bull crap. About your daddy left you and you ain't good enough and you ain't shit and you ain't ever gonna be shit and all of that. You don't keep doing that to lower self. You let that go. Because look, my son gave me this here. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to to show it on here, but there was this picture. There was this picture that oh Lord, I done took that many pictures since then. There was this picture that my son showed me, and it looked just like, was similar to what I saw when I went on my trip. Let me see. I don't know if I could bring this to the camera. Can you see that, Nikki?
No, I don't think you showed me that.
Let me see. Let me see if I can get close to this camera and see if this will work. No, this is an Astro. I'm trying to peek y'all to see if y'all can see.
Traveling. Oh, okay.
Okay. So, okay, that's a good view. So on this particular picture, it's like showing the dualness of the reality, the multi-dimensional you. If you look at the picture, you'll see one face looking toward us. But then if you're looking toward us, there's got to be a face on side. And see how the face just trickles into different dimensions. This is what they mean when they say the rabbit hole runs deep. You know, it's just like you're not just one. There's no one. There's nothing is just one. It's a collective consciousness. Everything just loops and spirals and is endless.
Right.
It's endless. Even when we talk about things as simple as remember how we were talking about the twin flame energy? You know?
Right.
Well, even with that, there's no freaking one twin flame in a boundless universe. You didn't set up that physical reality to only have one.
Right.
You see, and so sometimes, I saw this video with this lady. This lady was crying and she was so depressed, kind of like, because her twin wasn't in her physical reality. And she was like, oh, I can feel him. And oh my gosh, I don't know if I can take it anymore. And I was like, oh, Lord, lady. The energy was so off. And so sometimes people get so thirsty because they think that is the only one. But we live in a boundless universe. There is no one. So if that one so-called twin in your physical reality is cutting up, guess what? You have other multiple twins that you could say, okay, this ain't gonna be the one this here lifetime. I'm gonna delete his ass. I want my other one to show up. You have billions of other ones. So we should never get fixated on just one of anything, not in a boundless universe, because we have different also levels of twins. Like Nikki is my reflection in another state. She is me.
Right.
She's in another state having similar experiences to me all the time.
Right.
My children, their reflections. Yeah, Nikki, we do. We we could ask each other's day and our days be similar. So a twin doesn't necessarily have to be a partner that you end up marrying, what I'm saying here.
Right.
You know, it doesn't have to be one person that if they don't get it right, you're going to be single and lonely, because in a boundless universe, one does not exist.
Right.
It doesn't. But we cross paths with other realms of realities every day. And when we see deja vu, that is a clue. And I'm hopeful that those that are here on this frequency really understand what I'm saying, because it is kind of confusing and it is deep, because we pay attention to the physical, that 0.00001, when everything else is the energy, everything else is the boundless universe, and everything else there is no one.
Right. That's great.
It's no one.
And I love how passionate you get, so passionate about it. It's like you can hear it strongly in your voice and how you enunciate your words. You can tell when it touches home with you. You can tell.
Really? Yeah, because I really want people to see with their own eyes, through their own experiences. So I try to leave examples of it. I've seen it, experienced it myself. I know. And it might sound crazy, but I tell you one thing, that astral trip that I had, it was like my most profound one that I ever had. I've had many, but that one there, it was just like everything was connected, and I spoke every language. I was every person, everything. We are really the universe, and the universe is really us. And there's no one, no single, nothing. So we do cross these realms daily, in and out. Even when we sleep, we go into another realm. Don't think you're still in that bed, when you sleep.
Right.
That's why if somebody shake you in the middle of the night or whatever, you're like, what? It's like, because you had to hurry up and get back in the body. You see? You wasn't up in that body. Come on now. So life is actually the dream in heaven, what's going on in your heavenly plane or in your head. That's the reality. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just wanted to share that with Frederick. I am hopeful that Frederick is conscious, so I know Frederick can relate to this.
Yeah.
So I'm hopeful.
Thank you, Frederick. Yeah,
Thank you
that's
for
very
that question. So that's how we overlap. We overlap with the deja vu, with the experiences we have. Okay. Anything else, Nick and Nick?
September 6th, I think it is, the first Friday in September. You want to share with them what's going on?
Freaky Friday! Booty, 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 rocking everywhere. I'm just playing. But it is going to be Freaky Friday, though. It's going to be Freaky Friday, and it's just going to be intimate conversations, tapping into your higher self. But first, we got to come down. We got to do a little low frequency talking in order to meet people where they are, to allow them to expand to their higher self, and empowering women, teaching how to mentally stimulate a man, and also how to step into your vulnerable, sexy, feminine energy as a woman, having that comeback. Yes. And I'm excited about that. It's fun, and it's going to be different,
Yeah.
It's going to be different from anything that I ever done, especially live. And I've been saying to myself, wait a minute, I am a mother. But I talk to my children. Look, I got my permission slip signed from my children. They know. Because, I just want to be able to be transparent with people. And, we're grown. It's nothing for, I guess, children. We won't get too far out the box like that or not. No booty's going to be showing. I was really just joking with the booty stuff. But,
Very good conversation, though, as always.
but yeah, good conversation. Nikki is going to be there, darling Nikki.
Yes.
We're gonna have talks about one night stands, about when men don't call you, and being feminine, soft, wet, and juicy, and delicious, and
Right.
tempting, and charming, and all of that. Because really, that's our power. It really is.
Yeah.
It's not weakness. It's power.
And that's why they desire us, because of that energy.
Yeah, that's how we were created. And we shouldn't lose sight of that, because if all the women lose sight of that vulnerable side, that feminine essence, then we're going to have a whole bunch of men up in here. Who going to be the woman? If we so busy being hard and independent and, I got it, I don't need a man. Then who going to be the woman? Who? Me and Nikki? I said, me and Nikki, we gonna be the only ones out here? All the ones out here with all this deliciousness, all this delicious vitamin D. We want to share with the world. So that's what Freaky Friday is gonna be all about.
Exciting. Cannot wait.
Yes. So join us. That's gonna be starting in the month of September on Friday nights at 9 p.m. So make sure you subscribe to this channel and click on the notifications in order to get the message that we're live.
That's right. Freaky Friday, September 6th.
Freaky Friday. We're gonna have to like get a DJ up in here or something. Freaky Friday. Bridget is in the building. With Nick and Nick. right, remember, you are so silly. Remember, you are energy, you are powerful, and you are who you say you are. Be blessed.